My name's Tina Nilsen-Hodges. I'm principal of New Roads Charter School. I worked with students in progressive schools and schools that were different than mainstream schools. And what I saw was that those schools really enabled people to develop their capacity and their potential in ways that were really powerful. And I felt that having a school committed to sustainability and social justice that gave students those kinds of opportunities was the best way to provide preparation for students to be community leaders. I was a teacher in a Montessori elementary school. I was a teacher in a progressive school in Binghamton that was like an education department laboratory school. Not lab as in, experiments on students or anything, but, sort of a model school. I also did an administrative internship at the Lehman Alternative Community School as an administrative intern. I also taught at the college level, both at Ithaca College as well as Binghamton University. So I did a lot of different teaching roles prior to being at New Roads. Well, that's a good question. I mean, we really wanted this school to be part of the community. And so being located right downtown in the heart of Ithaca, with the bus lines and the library and the commons all within very easy access and walking distance, has really positioned us to both be able to walk out the door and be part of the life of the community, and give our students access to all of those resources, as well as to allow students to come from all over the region into Ithaca in an easy way and be able to find the school. Now, why the Clinton House specifically had a lot to do with the stewardship of one of our trustees, from our board of trustees, who helped connect us with the people who were purchasing the Clinton House, who agreed to take us on as tenants. So we were just very fortunate. We were looking at various buildings here in downtown, and it worked out that we had in the Clinton House landlords who were very interested in supporting the school and getting established here in downtown. So we're very fortunate. One of the things that was very compelling about the Clinton House is that it is a beautiful historic building that needs to have tenants in order to survive and thrive into the next century. And by moving in here, we could use our rental monies to support this building and upgrade this building and do things like put a sprinkler system into it that will protect it in case of fire. And so there are lots of ways in which we like being in the Clinton House, because being in the Clinton House allows us to help protect and restore a very important part of Ithaca's history. Well, we are a downtown campus that's making use of existing buildings rather than kind of coming in and trying to build our own building to suit our preferences. So as we grow, we're looking at what are ways that we expand our downtown campus in order to meet our students' needs and grow our programs, but to do so within existing buildings and facilities. So we started off with the Clinton House, which of course doesn't have a kitchen and an auditorium, but fortunately just across the street there's a building that that does have those facilities. We also use the Southside Community Center for our PE program. We also this year we used the gym at GIAC, the Greater Ithaca Activities Center. And then as we expanded this year to add a fourth year to our program, a senior year program, we also added some space at the State Theater to accommodate the growth in our school's expanded need for space for classrooms. We also have a space use agreement with the State Theater, so we're able to access the theater when it's not otherwise in use, to use for assemblies and school performances and things like that. So it's really just a matter of reusing and repurposing existing facilities to support our school's expansion and growth, rather than using resources to, to build a new facility. I love being the principal of New Roots, and what I love the most is spending time with young people and seeing them grow and develop over the course of years. And so it's been a very challenging job in that there are lots of different things to learn how to do and to make sure get done in a growing organization that's a startup school, and that is has so many things. There's so many things that we like to do, so it keeps me very busy. But I find that really satisfying, and I really, especially like spending time with students, which I don't ever get enough time doing that. My most proud moment. I think that my proudest moment was at the end of last year. Our student council completely ran an awesome all-school assembly. And that was really my proudest moment, because although I supported and facilitated and helped the student council organize that, I was really able to step back, and they just ran the entire show, and it was a great it was a really great experience. So that's exactly what the school is all about, is putting opportunities into students' hands and watching them take them and run with them. And so that's there's nothing more exciting for me than that.
Was
the most shocking moment? Well, I'm not easily shocked. So, I don't have a single moment that comes to mind, but I have to say that overall, that I have been surprised by some of the ways that people who don't have all the information about our school, some of the assumptions that they make, or some of the things that they say about what they think that they think the school's about, or something that they think about our students or whatever. Those are probably the most, what I would call my most shocking moments. Just surprising moments. But yeah, I'm not easily shocked. There are very few people who are actually against New Roots.
Yeah.
But they do make sure their voice is heard. And I think that the most important thing that I have to say to them is that I respect the fact that they have a difference of opinion, and that they're very committed to their to what they believe. But I would also invite them to learn more, and to learn more from the perspective of the people who actually are part of the school community, to understand the value of the school to both the students who are here and the adults that are part of the community, whether family or staff, and also to understand the ways that we're seeking to be an asset to the community as a whole, both in terms of the types of ways that students give back to the community through service and other projects, as well as the long-term value of having this school here, including having our school be a resource to other schools who are interested in education for sustainability and social justice. So I would invite anyone to be open-minded and to learn more about the school before making any sort of judgments based on little information or a perspective developed prior to knowing, getting to know us and getting to know more about the school. I foresee New Roots being in the future. Well, I see us growing modestly in size. I mean, we're almost up to our full size and capacity. I see us being increasingly active in the community as leaders in whether it's in service or in supporting community initiatives related to our community becoming more sustainable. Students taking on internships and projects in areas like green energy and developing our local food system that make a real contribution now as well as prepare them for leadership roles later. I see there being growing student involvement in school governance and school decision making and policy making. I see expansion of our programs in the arts and music. I think I see our school growing and developing in all the ways that support the growth and development of the people who choose to make this their school community. My vision was really to create a school where students would develop their full potential through engagement with the community and engagement with ideas about sustainability and social justice. And that's happening. That happens in our school every day. And so I'm really happy with that. We're very, very early in our development, and so we're going to grow and become something that is much more fully developed than where we are now in this kind of embryonic stage. But what's really exciting is to see all of the things that we're doing and the ways that we're already living and expressing those values and those visions that were part of that original vision and thinking.